I am ready if somebody tells me what time it is.
Howdy doody time.
8:21.
8:21.
Great.
That's why I got 8:21. So.
Got it. We're ready.
Executive session to order for discussion of personnel matters, update on collective bargaining, real estate.
Executive session, 8:21 p.m., 3:15. Burgess?
Here.
Morton?
Here.
Myers?
Here.
Poskin?
Here.
Washington?
Here.
Williams?
For the record, we got the village clerk, the mayor, and we got the draft.
Yeah, she's also.
You get all that?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm just here just to get a little feedback and update on this matter. Set it up for Saturday, last Saturday. I don't know who went. I think a handful of you guys were able to make it out there. Whoever couldn't make it there, I guess we could try to schedule another visit. Once you have the opportunity to speak with who was there, but hopefully, like what you saw in the press, looking for feedback on our negotiations are set to begin on the 23rd with the union. We have somewhat of a written proposal, as I gave you guys a couple weeks ago from Kurtz, and that's going to save you significantly on.
I asked for a copy to see what the proposal.
Didn't everyone get one?
Oh.
No, you remember you had to take it back.
Oh.
You had to take it home. You had to look. So I want to look through it real quick, and then you were going to give us.
I think you were supposed to email it to me or something.
Yeah, it should have been emailed. Or,
Yeah, I don't remember getting it.
that's why, because it's in the file here.
Good job, Ed.
There we go. Thank you.
Boy, that's a big one, too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This should have been emailed or dropped off. Williams, can you give that to me?
No problem.
Trustee Williams.
Sure will. And one for me. Got it.
Okay.
Excellent.
No, that's
Confidential, though, right?
confidential.
It's already out.
I was at a conference in Tinley Park and Chief walked up to me and said,
Yeah.
when you guys will move your dispatch center?
Well, maybe we can keep the dollar amounts
The
confidential.
Walter thing.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure the word got out right away. This is the same proposal that the terms that went over with.
That was 360 or 380. Well, no, that was two something.
No,
It's under 300,000.
yes,
260, 65.
It's option 2 is 285,000 annually or $23,750 monthly. Option 1 was where they come in and fully staff ours. That one was for $264,414 or $22,034.
That's the one I remember.
Well, if you guys would let the mayor finish, she was telling us all about it.
Shh, please.
Please.
Let's stick to the agenda. Please.
FOIA clerk, please help us.
So again, going off of the figures that we got from Mohan, just comparing Kurtz from what you currently have with all the maintenance, insurance, and personnel costs, and legal fees, and negotiating, and everything. You're going to be looking to save about $300,000 a year.
We will lose 100 and some odd thousand on 911 though, right?
But that's negotiable. We can negotiate that a little bit with the 912.
I don't know what the law said, but can we go say it?
Sure you can. So,
As of right now, I don't think they were even asking for a 911 fee.
no.
It doesn't even say anything about, I don't think, taking our 911 fee, so we'd still end up having it. Unless they came back, unless I found it.
But wouldn't that have to stop? Or
No.
would that,
But you
we
still,
You still get it.
it's automatically.
Because we still have to provide.
All right, do we,
It's
one of the chiefs asked me that, was the Chicago Heights chief, and he said, you guys know you're still under the village is under contract with us at their backup, so what would we have to do to disconnect from them? Just mark, just move it over
Chicago
there.
Heights is backup for what?
Chicago Heights is our backup and we're in,
For dispatch?
yeah,
Oh, well.
been there for
what's
years.
But we
their
don't
need
pay-
for them
we pay?
is only if, in case your dispatch service collapsed.
Oh, but
I've never seen that
Should
contract. I
matter.
don't know why. I've never heard that they were
that's been like that
backup.
for years. There's a little button on the count,
We always had like a mutual agreement, and if there's
Yeah.
anything in writing, there's nothing, but Just like Sherrill Heights is our backup for 911. We've got mutual agreements with other fire departments when we need help, they bring fire.
Yeah, mutually agree.
Mutually agree, yeah.
So, but there's
Well,
nothing when it comes to Chicago Heights.
Should be no problem, regardless where we go at, all you gotta do is look at switch and we just take their call and we send all our calls to them. So whatever, if our center ever goes down. And, because you have to have statute says you gotta have backup somewhere, somehow. And the Heights is our backup.
Okay.
Well, if we
You've
go
never
to,
used them?
Yes,
Never
we
had-
have.
Oh,
We used them about 3 weeks ago.
This last year.
When your system went down?
Yeah.
We had our system go down and there was a couple of times where we were short.
Yeah.
What's the backup to this system order? Just a good question though.
They're all
They have-
All backed up by
within there.
themselves?
Yeah, because they have so many, they have, what we saw,
Yes.
eight working stations.
Right.
Depending on the departments they have, if the one head covering ours cannot, that's a question we ask. Does it get pushed? It gets pushed to the next operator. So they are working all together.
About 2 weeks ago, they switched over. They received our 911 calls and then they would transfer them over to our dispatcher.
I guess my question is say hypothetically there's a system failure in that building.
That's what I was talking
That
about.
was almost impossible.
For a,
You need to go
what
look
is
at
it,
the
$8
building,
million
because it's hard to,
building that should be
it's
the
hard to
backup.
explain.
It's to be
Well,
backups.
I'm thinking like how we have this set up, Sauk Village, Chicago Heights. Is there something, I mean, the catastrophic failure, if something happened, what's the backup to this system?
Again, I couldn't tell
I
you.
mean, that's a question.
I couldn't tell you what they pretty much said it's almost impossible. The building was
A
built.
tornado drops from the heavens and destroys the building.
This building is supposed to withstand a tornado.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, something
That's what they said.
catastrophic.
That is what they said, yeah.
Their backup in case they lose power. They got multiple systems of power backup generators.
Yeah, for $8 million.
The generators
They're-
being the last one.
There is multiple air conditioning heating units in case one goes out and another one kicks in, another one kicks in. I would encourage you, if we have to set up another time, to go
Way
take
up
a look
north.
at this. Take a look at their system.
Yes, it's a very good system.
I would love to work there.
Well, I always try to look at the worst case, I'm sorry, Trustee Burgess. I always try to look at a worst case scenario. Like I said, something bad happens. Is there anything in this, and I haven't looked at this, but is there anything in there that said, okay, if the system fails, the building gets destroyed, something happens, where's our backup for our safety of our residents?
I think it's a good question.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But is there anybody that's interested in going back out there?
I want to go back out, but I was just unavailable.
You guys know what days you're available. You didn't go and you didn't go.
I'd like to get over there, take a look at when you're thinking about going.
But yeah, let either me or Mike know
Yeah.
when you're available and set up, because what we have to do is work with them to make sure we can get in the building and go through the tour.
Well, I'm sure the other safety measures.
It's not open.
But
It's not open for
it's
It's not operating.
It's
yet.
not out.
It's still being built from the ground up.
It's brand new, Jeff.
It's brand new.
Brand new.
Our employees now, will they qualified, will they hire them back or as their employees?
They'll consider them, but, you know, there's no
We
guarantee.
usually do that on every job or everything we do.
They said they have no problem considering them. However, I can tell you right now, their standard of a dispatcher, they have to have, they named off all these organizations, they have to be part of something. They have to be EMT or emergency response trained. They went through a whole entire list of the people that they hire, all the credentials and stuff that they have to have. But they said they would be willing to see if we have anyone qualified. Trustee Burgess.
I do have a couple of questions. First one, something like this, do we have to go out for bid? Do we? I'm asking.
No,
So we don't have to consider the lowest bid or anything like that?
no. It's during negotiations, so we're still collecting data from other areas.
Oh, okay. So we are actually
Oh, I'm
finding out from what's going on in the other.
Nobody's even close to this.
Okay, so that's.
They're all in the.
I'm just wondering, do we have to present that? I mean, are we bypassing that
But
step?
under the contract with dispatchers, there's language in there that should never been put in there by the union, but they've agreed to it, that you're able to void the contract
Okay.
with under 120 days notice.
I'm not worried
It should
about that.
be-
I'm not worried about that. I'm
Should be
talking
more,
about
but
if
it's
we.
under, so by doing that, then you can go out and contract with another agency.
Right. No, I'm not worried
But
about
you
that
have
part.
to bid to do
No, I'm
that.
talking about as far as we're spending X amount of money a year, do we have to have, we have to have a bid process like we do when we do other contracts? Okay, so we can just accept this without, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You're going out, I mean, you're shopping and checking the prices.
Right, I understand that.
It's not, you don't
not
have to
like a
go through the
low
formal
project.
bid process.
Okay, so we don't, but are we gonna be presented with any others, or this is gonna be the only one?
I'll put together the whole list.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And the second, not question, but the comment, you guys had a lot of questions about, Calumet Park is not, they're contracting an outside company to take care of this. They're gonna pay them a set price. So it's not Calumet Park's employees.
It's Kurt's.
It's Kurt's, it's right. So therefore, that's another thing. And that's pretty decent, because what happens with that, if that particular dispatcher is not working out, he's gone, bring somebody else, almost like Davis. Is anybody familiar with Davis? Temporary.
Yeah.
If you're not, if you're on the job and you're not conducive to whatever, tomorrow you're gone. That's the kind of thing that they're going. So that's good with that part, because that won't raise your cost that high, because and the next thing I was going to say, and I couldn't get him to say it, the mayor of Calumet Park. I couldn't get him to commit, but and he's not. I mean, it may make sense. He's not going to say much, but I do know from my experience, you get on the ground level, and you're going to get the best price, because you're the ones that started out with them. Anybody coming after that, quite naturally, they're going to charge a little bit more. So,
I think, and when I say you need to see it, I mean, Trustee Burgess was there, and Trustee Poskin, and Rosie, and the clerk. They are what they call the next generation dispatch center. It's hard to explain when you look at the desks that the dispatchers are sitting at, the screens, the 4 screens sitting at
I've
them.
seen the stuff before.
I mean, they've got the air conditioning heating units there facing them.
Individual.
They can raise their desks so they can work standing up. The chairs alone that they're sitting in are like $1,500 a piece.
and that's what I was saying. The reason, that's why I was saying, they spent millions.
Yeah.
They got to recoup. And's better than Nan. That's what I always say. In other words, if they can get 2 or 3 municipalities on the contract at the beginning, quite naturally, they're going to give them bargain prices so they can get something up and running, so they can recoup that price that they got to float that bond for.
Right.
Now, once they start getting up, like you saw what's going on with EastCom and Southcom. EastCom told us that, well, they just basically said that they don't have any room. Now, we can bring you in, but we're going to have to renovate and add on. Who's going to pay that cost? So, I mean, it's up and coming. I did ask a question about going back and forth. In other words, when we have to get reports and everything like that, they said that, and that was a concern with the police department. You got to get a report from someone that did this, or you need a tape on something that when you did an arrest or whatever, they can send that electronically. It's state of the art. I mean, they got some things in there that I was pretty much, the University of Illinois had a pretty much state-of-the-art facility, and where some places that I worked, they have this next generation. This place here has next generation technology in there, and kudos to whoever paid for this. Millions. I'm talking about double-digit millions that they paid for this one building, but it can withstand a terrorist attack.
You can walk in the lobby and shoot.
Yes.
You have to shoot through
Yes.
bulletproof vests. You got to shoot through bulletproof walls. You have to go through 8 doors before you can even get
There's
to
so many doors.
to the thing. They're regular like cell doors. Almost are heavy.
Yeah, and those doors are put there for a reason. I mean, if you ever were caught in anything, or say for instance they had a terrorist attack, that'd be the place to go. If you can get there.
And
I mean, really.
every step you take, you're on camera. And one thing I really liked too was, as long as the schools agreed to it, and our village hall, our police department, and anyone can get on their system, and they have screens that are going to be placed on the wall. So if a police officer gets called, if they have access to the system and to their cameras, they can talk to the officer and tell them what's going on inside the building in case something's happened. If they need to tell an officer, you have to go 2 rooms down, there's someone there, they can see everything. They take over
You
the
mean the
cameras.
video uplink between the school to the dispatch
To the
center?
dispatch center.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you should see now, like I said, University of Illinois has a rival dispatch center. I mean, it is state of the art. It's better than the one on Madison Street that the city has. This one here
The
rivals.
EOC downtown?
Yes.
They
University of Illinois is better. This one here rivals that one.
Yeah, they say they're next generation. They've spared no expense.
It's like David said.
It's amazing.
The desks have their own heating and air conditioning. The desks.
Seriously, they have
The desks raise up, go down,
If you get
go
tired of
right,
sitting,
go
you can
left.
stand and work.
If the chairs cost $1,500, the desk costs about $4,000.
Did you,
I mean, it's something to think of, but I mean, I'm just looking at costs. I'm just looking at,
Was it Heidi the coordinator? We met the boss. I don't remember her name being Heidi.
That wasn't Heidi. It was,
No.
For who?
Susan?
For what?
that was
The
it.
lady.
The lady from Kurt's that was there.
Yeah.
No, the lady.
She was the supervisor.
Yeah, she was
I can't
supervisor.
remember her name.
It wasn't.
I thought it
It
was
wasn't
Susan.
Heidi though.
Hardy's the chief operating officer, okay.
Trustee?
Now, we still got awful lot of those floating out there for people to send back. So when are we going to make a decision on this, or have to make a decision on this?
But I can tell you that we sat down with the union on March 23rd. Okay, so by March 23rd, we're going in there, you can probably say it better than I can, but we can say, we've got offers, either you have to meet or beat.
Yeah.
Meet or beat.
Oh, they can't meet this.
They can't meet or beat it.
They can't. The union.
So I can tell you by
They go
March,
take a-
by March 23rd, we'll have the meeting in the morning. They'll probably end up walking out on us, and it's going to be everywhere.
What happens when they walk out? Chicago.
Well, that's why we have to have,
Hit the button.
Kurtz is gonna be on standby.
Oh.
In case there's.
Are you gonna tell
People
them
walk out, or
on
if
March
there's blue
22nd,
flu,
or are you gonna
or,
wait?
you know,
March 23rd, they were told.
I mean,
When's their contract?
I mean, the contract is not up until.
April.
No, but
I mean-
Kurtz is gonna be available as a backup in case something were to happen, so, your dispatch unit currently doesn't walk out, it's like you're treating us
I mean,
terrible, something's going
can
on.
we prolong
And if
it?
they walk out, you're not gonna be left without dispatchers. Kurtz is gonna be able to have staff come
Yeah, they said they're gonna
over
come here.
and run your dispatch center until theirs is up and running. because-
May I ask you a question though? They're gonna run our dispatch center.
Well,
That's only in the event.
No.
if you're-
But I'm looking at labor now. Can our dispatchers form a picket line?
Can they form a pickup?
Can they picket?
Sure.
Now we're saying
Anybody can picket.
okay.
We just walk past it. Kurtz's employees are gonna walk right past
Well,
it.
will our police officers walk past that picket line?
They have to.
No.
Yeah,
They
it's a
have to.
safety, they have to.
They have
Just like
to.
our police officers
They
cannot,
can't lock out.
our police officers
No.
cannot picket, they cannot.
No. You don't understand what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. Let's say that our police officers are gonna picket.
Right, they can't strike, they can't do anything.
I'm just saying.
There's some type of state law, like on the highway.
You can't stop blue
The
flu.
police can't, but as far as these dispatchers, you get 5 or 6.
We only got 4.
If they picket, I can tell you that the Kurtz and
Oh.
we'll get people to get somebody in there. They're not gonna be stopped by 4 picketers.
And believe me, they can't picket yet, because they're still under contract. They could,
Yeah.
But
What
this
they-
isn't
what
going
they
to start up till
I'm
after
just wondering,
June.
but can we
well, they
still
could
be in
end up-
negotiation with them until after May when they're up? I mean,
Well, they're up in end of April, right?
no, I'm talking about
It's the end of
until
April.
they're up. And I'm talking about Kurtz.
Kurtz
Until
isn't
they're
up till
and running.
June.
They said
But we have
end of
to-
May. They said
We
May.
have to
Well-
enter a contract with Kurtz. We have to.
And he
be
said
involved with-
he
with
told us we're gonna take it
negotiations
right.
with-
Right.
with your dispatch center. We don't want to have the contract that you're currently under go into a next phase, and then they can make an argument that it's a continuing.
Retro.
So you're gonna go right in there and say bye. That's it. I mean,
I'll give
basically.
you the opportunity to match it.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
give
that's
the
it.
opportunity.
Okay. But now, really, though, I would like to see another comparison. But what I saw was that Saturday?
Saturday, yeah.
And based on what we heard off Saturday, there is a period that they have to apply for their licensing. and
Yeah,
stuff
they
like
told
that.
us they was gonna
So
take it
there is a
back.
period where Kurtz does come and run our
Well, they said they
Sort of
won't,
like
it's going to
our
take about.
center for-
If he
for
said right now, if we did it today, we wouldn't be able to be up
For
with
6
them
weeks.
for at least 6 weeks. So
So Kurt applies, so our FCC license dissolves.
Well, no, we still have it. They cannot apply to take it over until after we sign with them. And once they sign with them, it takes 4 to 6 weeks, I think he said.
So we hold the license, the municipality holds the license to the FCC. They just utilize it.
but I do have one. What is the contract? Is there a contract? That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, there'll be a contract. That's the proposal for
Right. I mean, in other words,
I think
this.
hold the
the
license.
contract is right there, isn't it?
No, I mean, it's how long?
How long is it? 3 years?
3 years.
3 years with
With
this.
a right to renew by the village or.
All the license?
Just that one.
Yeah, for 3 years, and renew with an amount not to exceed 3.5% from the previous contract year cost. 60 days for renewal. That's your contract. You got option 1, you got option 2. Those are your contracts.
Oh, this is the term that you're talking about below is the term? Is our standard term or?
Option 2.
Option 2.
There's no page numbers.
No,
Yeah,
okay,
you're on the right
option-
page now. Right there.
Yeah.
Option 2.
Right.
But that, okay.
Two choices. So you'd actually be doing kind of a combination based upon, because your system's not registered up and running.
Okay, so, I mean, but,
Oh, so we go to April 30th.
oh, 3A, okay. At the discretion of the Village of Saukville, this contract may be extended for 3 annual rewards for the amount not to exceed 3.5 of the previous annual. In other words, they can raise it every year to 3.5.
A maximum of 3.5.
Right, which is 1% is what?
1% is 26. 1% is 2600.
1% is 2,000 or
2600.
2,800, whatever. Yes.
Okay.
Decimal point.
So then that would be 28, 56, 72. This is 3%.
Yeah. 7,000.
7,000. Yeah.
Now, is there anything when it comes to like call volume, call volume?
No, they're not charging
Charge
that.
per call or per
No.
sending?
And I was looking at that to make sure that if we exceed X amount of calls, that we pay a premium for that.
That's why they're so. That's why they look so good, because there is no call volume. Every other, I think, as we've talked to or someone's come talk to me,
Right.
they want to know call volume. That's what you're going to get charged.
Right, I remember that.
There's no call volume on this.
Man, there's something in here. I don't know, I gotta find it. It's like too good.
Well, take it home and look at it. And then it's-
Yeah, you say it's too good to be true. It's like the trustee was saying, you want to be in on the ground floor, and this is what they're making it.
That's what it is?
They're making it look
There's nothing in
good.
there yet. I mean, they haven't even put the computers in, so, you mean...
Well, they got the computers, it's just not...
Well, no, they're not even in there, but I mean, you know, if you're gonna do this, that would be a great option. The only thing I was worried about is making sure that, you know, anybody else that's out there that's not gonna match it, but I can't see anybody doing it. That's up and running. Only drawback for this is this, they're brand new doing this particular thing. That's the only thing. But,
Yeah.
No.
That location, they've got other.
I mean, they have their own. I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
That location.
Yeah, this location.
Okay,
Yeah.
they have other dispatchers.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. I'm gonna address it to Assistant Chief Meyer. NIMS.
Yes.
How does this affect NIMS at all?
Yes, it does, right there. They need to be NIM certified.
Okay, well, I'm sure they're gonna be NIMS certified, but is there any?
CPR certified along with EMT, lead, and NIMS.
There's a lot of those names they already said.
Oh, well,
By
that's
the
why
way-
Kurt's is.
By
That's
the
why
way,
Kurt's
each
is doing
trustee
it.
and the mayor and everybody's
They got a lot of
supposed to be NIM.
So they have
Or you won't get
they
no
got
grants.
they're a jobber.
Well,
They're
the municipality has to be NIMS compliant.
no.
Our municipality has to be NIMS
You
compliant.
just
Each trustee has to be.
Your NIMS compliant.
Aren't you NIMS compliant when you first
He is,
got?
I am.
Yeah. We all are.
I'm 100, 200,
Right, we all are.
300, 700, 800.
So yeah,
NIM.
she don't remember.
He has the most NIMS compliant, I think, except myself. Because
All the trustees had to take a.
100. You have to take the basic class of
Right.
understanding.
So, just so everyone knows, let's get back on this real quick. The 23rd of this month is when we go into negotiations with the TCOs.
So you hadn't mentioned this to them yet?
No.
No.
So, in fact,
Word's out,
he's
certainly
still.
no.
Oh, it's out.
Oh yeah, they've already talking about
The residents were talking about it.
I'm glad they're before me.
We had a question about it
Yeah,
today.
the police chief.
They knew
came
about
in
it
the
before.
Fire station the other day, raising Cane. You know what those, blank did to me already?
What?
They're going out already choosing the dispatch center.
They're doing what?
That's what Ted came and said.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
Well,
So,
Okay.
All right, so just so everyone knows, if
they saw the writing
if
on
you
the
got any
wall. They know what's
questions,
going on.
let's make sure we get a time for you three trustees, if you want to get in there. Give Mike some dates that you're available, so he can try to arrange it. Hopefully, you guys have some dates where all three can go at once. All right? So, and then I'll give you the tour and show you all around. So,
yeah.
all right.
How long did it take you to go through it?
We were going to talk a little bit longer, though. What?
About half hour,
45
I
45
was going to
minutes.
say half hour, 40 minutes.
Questions? Yeah.
Yeah, questions at the end, and then of course we had to wait for the key, but yeah.
I didn't think very long.
Is there a time that the department heads will come in, and, I mean, once we finalize things, will the
Department
department
heads.
heads actually go there and actually talk?
What department head?
They don't have to do nothing to do.
Police
They don't have
department,
any-
fire
No, they don't.
department,
I mean,
emergency services.
it's
do
an
we give them
outsource.
An option
It's a vendor.
to talk to them.
It's a vendor. They don't.
I don't know who's on the other end of that mic when I talk.
The less is best.
All they gotta do is.
That's why I did ask that question, did we have to go and pick up forms, or did we have to go pick up reports? They can send all that to you.
Once the village board makes a decision, if they have to meet with them, they can go meet with them.
Now, there may be a slight cost to update and upgrade our computers in the cars.
Yeah.
That may be a slight cost.
They're,
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna verify. It's a software thing, of course, on their computers.
Now, the other thing that I have is the product that we have and the cost that we have it here. Have we attempted to try?
We have not done anything because we're doing everything the way we're supposed to. After we meet with the dispatchers, then we'll go off and we'll find out if anyone wants to purchase that equipment. We'll take the next steps.
Well,
But you don't do anything
Nobody's
like
gonna
that.
want that.
Because what's going to
We're acting in good
Maybe you
faith.
do.
They have a right to match it.
Oh,
You know, if
absolutely.
they want to get rid of their
Now, we still do owe $1 million.
health insurance and uniform allowance and cut everything out to meet it, then, you know, then you'd have to decide if you want to have them stay with your current dispatch center. So,
And we still have to pay. We
that's
still
up to
have,
them.
We still have to do all that
no,
upgrading
we
too.
still have to pay for that,
Yeah.
that $1 million. We still got to pay that, irregardless.
We don't have to
Oh, what we
upgrade if
owe
we
on
move
it, yes, we have
tonight.
to pay, but we don't have
If
to
we
buy
don't, we have to
$1.5
upgrade.
million for the tech seat upgrade and all that other stuff.
It's ambulance.
Yeah.
They're ambulance.
They started out ambulance, but they
Ooh,
do
Kurtz.
that other thing.
Kurtz, yeah.
That's it.
All right, no, we have one other thing we want to discuss. And I can tell you, just give a little, while he's going through there, I've been approached by the attorney representing the property on the Will County side. We know we got 5 acres on the Will County side.
What's his name? Creep.
This has been going on for years, to be honest with you. Well, now it's in a trustee receivership because they went bankrupt. And what they want to do is work on an agreement with Sauk Village, give us something to de-annex. And what they want to give us is, you want to read that, or? Let's see. I'll just read, in order to attempt to move this matter forward toward resolution, Creek Commons submits the following proposal. Number 1, we will prepay to the Village of Sauk Village 4 years of taxes on the portion of the Creek Commons property that is currently located in Sauk Village based on the tax assessed of the property for 2014. There's some other stuff. And number 2, Creek Commons will also pay the Village of Sauk Village 20% of the net sales proceeds that would otherwise be due from the sale of the portion of the Creek Commons property that is currently located in the Village of Sauk. They'll make it payable at the time that Creek Commons receives the remainder of the net proceeds from the closing sale. And number 3, and I'll get copies of this for all the trustees. The Village of Sauk Village shall immediately and expeditiously take all actions necessary to cooperate with the respective disconnect of the village from the Village of Sauk Village.
Where's the other property at?
It's on the corner of Stager and 394. That's that little 5-acre spot we have.
But they got the sign already.
Right.
Actually, not right on the corner.
What the sign is that? What, a cold sign? The little small cold sign? The small one right there, right next in front of
It's
Coles?
right next to Culver's.
Yep.
Yep.
And they got the sign, they're
That's
not
our
paying,
lot.
they're not paying us anything.
You guys don't own it.
It's
within
it's
your
annexed
village.
within
Not there.
Sauk
It's
Village.
the only little portion of Sauk Village in Will County.
In Will County.
Can I ask that we pursue, I don't know if we can we pursue it, put in the language, I'm not worried too much about the money, but can we put in the language that you would not go any further?
This is not Creek Commons that's asking. This is Creek Commons, not Creek, the Village of Creek.
Yeah, but who's gonna get, who?
They want to de-annex, and I'll tell you
Right.
why. There's some issues here, okay? And I prefer it does not leave this room. The issues we face is, number 1, we're not able to provide water to that site. That's the highest point in Sauk Village, and we cannot provide water. Now, we can provide every other service. We cannot provide sewer service because MWRD passed a new law saying that they will not go into Will County, so they will not cross State Road, even though we already have sewer to that property. They will not allow sewer from that property to go into MWRD. The third problem we have is we've tried working out with Crete to have them provide the water. And we've also I went into talking to the mayor of Crete, saying, tell me what you want for tax-wise, can the village do something? Because it's our only foothold in Will County. Crete has refused to do anything. Now, we can probably sit on this a little bit longer, but they're going to end up taking us to court. When they take us to court, the other problem we have is there's another, is it 20 acres, 30 acres, 40 acres?
To the north?
To the north of us that want to join into that lawsuit and de-annex also.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't want them to be able to get a foothold into, because that's right there by Lincoln Meadows.
I know. But the
And
thing is, the property on the other side of Steger Road, the north of Steger
Yeah.
Road, you know, what we can hold on to that. They're not going to win that one in court. The problem you have is when this small section joins with that section, you know, there's a better chance that we're going to end up
For
losing.
both sections.
We'll end up losing.
To join.
both sections.
no, which section is, okay, and you mean, in other words, I know what you're talking about, where the sign is at joins to where actually culverts and things are located when they join together. Yeah, I mean, when they join together, may lose that, but I don't want to go across the street. I don't want them to be able to, can we put some kind of
Well,
writing in
we're
there?
already there. Again, this is not with the Village of Crete. This is with the property
know.
owners of Crete Commons. So
But-
you can't say that they don't own the property across the street. They were going to join in a lawsuit with the farmer that is farming that property.
Right,
On the north side.
on the north side. I'm just wondering that, because if they get into that, now they're right there where we're at.
And see what happens.
And then now we lose that corner.
You're right. And I think what was happening, and you can correct me on this, I think they were reaching out to that farmer, and they were helping because it helped their case to be able to get the annex from Sauk Village. If we can work something out with them, because they're going to go before the judge, they're going to say they cannot provide water, they cannot provide sewer service, and the only person that can is Crete, which is right next to Culver's.
Right?
And Crete will not do it because they're in Sauk Village. So we are preventing them from putting a business on that corner.
Where they going
All that-
at? I just don't want them to, Mayor, I just don't want them to go
Well,
crazy.
but
I mean,
it'd be much
because-
harder if we allow this little parcel to go, that's in Will County, to go to Crete, and you get whatever money is in this agreement. It's going to make it that much harder for the property on the north side to attempt to detach
But
it.
I mean, because that's
Because both parcels together, under state statute, they can do it much easier together, but once this parcel's already in Will County, then they lose out.
okay, because I don't want them to, because they could
So
put
the
a
farmer on
business
the
right
north
there,
doesn't
and
have
in the corner, that's
the acreage to
perfect.
make it a strong.
They'll have all three of the corners. I think the fourth corner is Steger. So they have three of them. They have that corner, they have with the sign.
The only thing we're working on right now is
I'm just looking at the future.
Crete has one corner, which is where McDonald's and
Where the
Shell.
Shell station is at.
They want the second corner where Culver's
Where
is, which is in
Culver's,
Sauk Village.
right, and then,
The other corner is Sauk Village. The other corner is unincorporated Cook.
well, the other corner that's on the, was that northeast?
Northeast.
No, I'm sorry, northwest.
Northwest.
Isn't that's Steger, I
It's
thought?
unincorporated Cook.
Okay. And then Sauk Village has the other one. I just didn't want them to have the one that's northeast.
And it's already incorporated in Sauk Village.
I know what you're saying, but I don't want to come down.
Yeah.
You know, just like they keep eating up.
I'll make copies and you all can review this. You know, they're looking for an answer.
We've been doing this for,
throwing
Dick Lee was offering $67,000. You remember that about 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
We've been throwing this back and forth.
Right.
Because what happened was it went into bankruptcy. They have a trustee now over the property, and they're trying to. It's in the courts. That's the other thing too. We're dealing with a trustee that is what do they call it, a court something? Or,
But they still put that sign there, though, Mayor. They put that sign. They didn't ask us anything or whatever.
receivership.
They put that sign there and never said anything to us.
And we can go to the courts that owns the property and go after them.
Never said anything. Just infringed.
All right.
Is there anything that we can lose, because that's the only foothold that we actually have in Will County, and how we everybody swears in Cook and Will and Cook, Forsyth.
That's doing that sweat on your mouth.
Now, is there anything that we lose from that now not being in Will County? Is there any
you don't
type
have to
of
say
taxes?
Will and Cook no more.
No, nothing that affects Sauk Village. I mean,
Will
we're
County, it's unimproved land.
You don't have to say Will and
Pennies
Cook
that
anymore.
you're
You just say
receiving for
Cook
that.
now.
That's right.
You don't have to say Will and Cook anymore.
Will and Cook, Forsyth.
Well, give it some thought. If you can make copies of this, need to the trustees. Again, this is something that we need to, again, since we're talking about here, we need to stay hush right now. If we want to talk about it again next week, well, trustees get some time to think about it, and then we'll call for an executive session next week again. To go back
Is there a
over.
dollar amount on it?
It's a percentage of what tax sales are.
Executive session at what time? 6 o'clock, 6:30 during the meeting?
Let's do guess the question, I mean, they're pushing for an answer on this, but
So there has to be action taken right away.
There won't be action taken again till, well, the end of March there'll be action. Then no more again until the end of April, because we won't have meetings. So, well, we do have Student Government Day on the 14th.
oh, there you go. That's something.
Yeah, so, yeah,
You gonna
we
call
need
for
something.
executive session on the-
No. If we're going to approve something, I'm just saying, we got 2 more meetings.
Okay.
We got the end of March, and we got the 14th, which is Student Government Day.
All right, let's meet next week on Tuesday for executive session. Let's do 6:30. Is that good enough? 6:30, we'll get some input on what we want to do, and if we want to move forward, we'll let the kids vote.
I will try to send an email out to remind my children that they need to be here on time for their special meeting.
Whatever.
All right. Yes.
Did
I was talking to her.
find out anything on Bethlehem?
Wow.
Oh,
Nothing right now. That's why he's not on the agenda.
This one. Linda. No, he's talking about Peppermint.
oh,
We're not going to put that in the minutes.
definitely.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all we have.
And if there's nothing else, I ask for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we gotta go out and we have to reconvene and adjourn.
Meeting is adjourned in executive session at 8:57 p.m.
Yeah.